Hello everybody, I'm Steffi and we're back with a new video. Are you ready? So today we're going to talk about islands and how to get there. Along the coast of Cancun, Playa del Carmen, we have a lot of islands and you can visit them because they're worth seeing. So let's start in the north. We have an island called Holbox. So first of all, you need to get there by ground transportation to a place called Chiquila. And that's the place where you can take the ferry, or you can take a private boat that brings you to the island. These private boats, while they get you to the island, they can make a little detour and bring you to two smaller islands. One is called Isla Pasión and the other one is called Isla Pájaros. So on the way to the main island, Holbox, you can stop there, take pictures, and then they will drop you off in the center. So Holbox has also a big ferry. You can choose to take that one as well. The ferry has air conditioning. You can sit also on top, but there's a big possibility if the water is a bit rough that you will get wet. It's very comfortable and you can even bring your pet on board and they store your luggage for you and you just enjoy the ride to the other side. So the ferry is quite comfortable, but they don't sell any drinks or food, so make sure you have your stuff before you go on board. And there are toilets on the boat. They're not that clean, so maybe bring your own toilet paper if that can be a good tip. But for the rest, it's comfortable and it'll take you about 20-25 minutes, depending on the weather conditions, to the other side. Make sure you come on time to the ferry, because if it's full, they won't let you in. And sometimes they cancel ferries, so be sure that you can take another one after that. The ferry is only for people. There's no ferry for cars. So if you come with your own car, you can park somewhere near the port. There's loads of private parkings and you pay a small fee. It's not very expensive and you can leave your car nice and securely in a parking. And then you just take the ferry without the car, because on Holbox we don't have cars. There's only golf carts because everything is sand. Now let's talk about Contoy Island, one of my favorite places to go to. If you want to go to Contoy Island, it's about 30 kilometers north of Cancun. And you need to take a tour there because there's no other way to get there. A tour in group or a private boat tour. In the tour you go to Cancun, to a pier, and that's where the boat will pick you up and bring you to Contoy Island. It's a national park. It's a protected area already since 1961 because they wanted to protect it because of the sea turtles that have their nesting places there. And later in 1998 it became a national park. So it's a protected park, national park, and there are some rules to follow there when you go. For example, it's not allowed to put any sunscreen, and because we have to protect the coral reefs, so they don't allow any kind of sunscreen. You have to put it on before you board the boat, or even better when you're still in your hotel. And there are other rules like no smoking, because before they would find like 3,000 cigarette butts on the beach, and so that's no good. Contoy is an uninhabited island. That means there's no bars, no restaurants, no shops. It's pure nature and it's beautiful. Just in front of Cancun, there's a small island called Isla Mujeres, or the Island of the Women. You can get there by ferry. There are 3 companies that go to Isla Mujeres. They're all good. They have almost the same price. So just take the one that arrives first and then you just go over there. It takes about 20 minutes to get to Isla Mujeres. On the boat there is, on all those ferries there are drinks, there are snacks you can buy. They even have entertainment. There's always somebody singing and then you can sing along until you arrive in Isla Mujeres. Don't forget to tip those artists, because that's their living. Those ferries are very comfortable, and it's cool because you can sit upstairs in the open, and then you can see the beautiful sea and surroundings. You can also go to Isla Mujeres by private boat, but then you have to book it ahead. Unlike in Isla Holbox, there's no boats waiting there to bring the people. You have to book ahead if you want to take a private boat to the islands. If you go to Isla Mujeres with your own car, you have to go to a place called Punta Sam. That's where the ferry leaves with all the cars. So you have to get there on time to get your ticket, I think at least 2 hours ahead. And then they start the boarding. And then you can also just enjoy the view while the ferry goes over. But it takes a while, I think at least an hour to get to the other side. When you go to Isla Mujeres, there are two places where you can take the ferry. One is a bit outside of the center, so north of the center of Cancun. Most people take it there. But if you're staying in the hotel zone of Cancun, there's a place where you can take the ferry as well. So that's cool if you're staying there because it's closer by. When you go to Cozumel, there are also 3 companies that go to Cozumel. So there are 3 different ferries. They, just like the ones in Isla Mujeres, they are very comfortable. You can sit upstairs. They have a bar and drinks and toilets. But as in all ferries, the toilets are not very clean. So again, go to the toilet before you board the ferry, and bring your own toilet paper in case there's none. For the rest, you have to come on time as well, because once the ferry is full, they don't let you in anymore. 40 minutes to get to Cozumel. If you travel by car, there's a really long waiting line. I've done it once, and you have to stand in line first to get the ticket, and then you have to wait till you can board the ferry. But the ferry is very comfortable for the cars. There's even a place where you can sleep. They have these bunk beds, and then you can sleep while you go to the other side. But that takes about an hour and a half. The port for the cars is about 20-25 minutes south of Playa del Carmen. So you need to get there in time, at least 2 hours beforehand. When you're a passenger on one of the cruises that arrives in Cozumel, calculate the time to get to the ferry, because there will be loads of people, especially in high season, and the traffic gets really heavy during that season. So calculate the time so you get to the ferry on time. The ferries can always be cancelled because of weather conditions. It's mostly when there's a hurricane, then they will for sure cancel the schedule, and they will cancel all ferries. A lot of people get seasick on the ferry. I actually don't know if they still do it, but sometimes they would hand out plastic bags to the people when it's a bit rough, and then you're prepared if you need to let something out. But if you already know that you're going to be seasick, I think it's better to sit outside where you have air, fresh air, and take a pill before you go on the boat if you know you're going to be sick. But the ferries are very good. They are very stable and very modern, so you're gonna have a good time on the ferry, and you won't get bored because, especially some companies, they have big TV screens, and then you can watch some TV while you go over to the other side. If you need any tickets for the Xcaret ferry or the Ultramar ferry, you can always contact us because we are the official sellers for those ferry companies. I hope this information was useful to you. So when you come to Mexico, go visit one of the islands, take the ferry, enjoy your time. And of course, if you have a comment, leave it here down below. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.